natin sa kanila. Siguro may mga problema din halimbawa sa teacher. Hindi na nga nagtuturo ng maayos si teacher sa face-to-face. What more kung online class pa? Baka hindi rin siya maging effective or efficient sa pag-deliver ng kanyang lesson. So, ito ang mga panahon na kailangan nating i-recalibrate ang ating mga sarili. What I mean, what other things that we can offer to our students? Ano pa bang merong skill na meron sa atin, meron tayo, na pwede nating may offer sa mga students natin? Before we proceed to guidance in module and development, let me share to you some of the examples of the online quizzes or major exams that I created and conducted. If you're familiar with Google Meet, Google Form, if you're familiar with Google Form,
charger.
Most of my exams for the past 5 years, ginagawa ko na siya through Google Form. Ibig sabihin, kahit na nag-face-to-face class ako, I still prefer my student, okay, I will be sending you a link of the Google Form exam, and I want you to accomplish that. Nag-set ako ng parameter on how we will manage the online exam. Halimbawa, you can only have access to that from 8 in the evening up to 12 midnight on that day. So it depends on your policy talaga, on the way how you restrict. If you will ask me when it comes to the quality of the exam, it must be well crafted in as much as it will be open in a virtual environment. Therefore, you should come up with a very good and high quality assessment task. Okay, let me share to you some of my exams now. Okay, so this is the Google Form. If you have your Gmail account, you can easily create an exam using what we call a Google Form. Medyo nag-read, medyo bumabagal ng aking internet, pasensya na. Hintayin lang natin siya. Yan. So this is the front end of the Google Form itself, wherein ang dami ko ng mga exams ko, titignan nyo pong mabuti. Even some of my research work, dito ko rin po ginagawa, and even most of my assessment tasks or activities. Sige, let's check some of the samples. Okay. Okay, halimbawa po ito. Meron ako isang ginawang quiz. It's a typical nung ako'y nagtuturo pa sa Lasal. Okay. Yun po. Ang quiz ko ay long quiz in teaching profession. So meron akong binigay na instruction for my student. Well, ito po yung instruction po sa kanila. It can be edited, pwede nyo po siya may-edit. You just need to explore Google Form actually. Sabi ko, please click the link below on the framework of the different skills needed by students and learners in the 21st century. So I put here some of the links that the student will be able to look with the idea or concepts of 21st century skill. Then I asked them to give their name and to give their email address. Why did I ask them to give the email address? In order for me to verify if they submitted their output based on their assigned email address. Okay. Now, if this will become an issue on the data privacy, kung kukunin natin ang email nila, again, you have your jurisdiction as teacher as long as you keep the files or data confidential only for academic purposes. Wala po tayong magiging problema doon. And here's some of the questions, no. Ayan. So I asked them to answer in a paragraph form, how are students today the same as their predecessors and how are they different? How do we respond to the differences? Aside from that, how has the world changed and what are its implications for education? So what are the characteristics of a 21st century learner? What are the implications for our hiring practices? So I asked them to accomplish 4 questions. Then makita nyo po, we have here the questions, and I have here the responses. The responses you can check kung ano yung mga naging sagot ng mga bata. Ayan. So kung titingnan natin, meron siyang demographics dito. Okay. For question-wise, every student submitted their responses. Pwede nyo po siyang tingnan at pwede nyo i-grade. Then for individual output, ayan, tingnan natin yung naging sagot ng mga bata individually. So, for example, kasi ito ay hindi ko chinek o hindi ko binigyan ng points online. So, chinek ko siya manually based on their answers. So, example ng question, ito po yung kanilang sagot. So, dyan po ako nag-check ng aking mga online exams o nag-implement ng aking online exams. So, I'll give you another example. Ayan. So, I have here a question. Can technology change education? That's the title of the quiz. No, it's only a short quiz actually. Then I put an untitled video here. It's a YouTube link of the TED Talk, okay, na gusto kong panoorin ng mga bata. Then this is the question. Just only one question. Parang formative question, formative task siya na right after the discussion. Ito yung kanilang culminating activity on my class. So this is the question. And tingnan natin yung responses. So 24 students answered. Okay. Ito, may mga sagot na sa kanya. The answer of one student. Okay. Ayan. Sir, ano magiging itsura niya kapag pag gusto ko siyang i-preview, ano kaya ang itsura niya pag nag-preview siya? Ayan, ito po yung itsura ng exam kapag sa estudyante, makikita nila yung mismong itsura ng exam. Then embedded yung YouTube. Pwede po nila ma-open ito as long as you share to them the link, okay? And they can have an access anytime. Another is, sir, paano pag multiple choice naman? Ayan. I also provided an exam in multiple choice. I have 50 items actually from, ito ay major exam, major midterm exam in Prof Ed 9. The Prof Ed 9 is that is educational technology. Yan. So I just edited everything here and I asked my student to answer the exam. So from numbers 1, 2, 3, it's purely multiple choice. I want my student to answer a left type of exam kasi ang kanilang preparation for that ay multiple choice. So here are the example of the exam. Multiple choice siya. And nakaano po siya, meron siyang total points of 50 I assigned. For example, this one, I assigned the correct answer on letter A for number 1 question. May answer key naman ditong i-check. Kung gusto niyo mag-add ng options, just add others lang. Okay? If it's required, ibig sabihin, pag kinilig niyo po yung required, ibig sabihin nito, hindi sila pwede mag-move on or mag-submit ng kompletong online exam kung hindi nila nasagutan ito at babalik sila sa question number o sa question item na hindi nila nasagutan. So, tingnan natin yung responses, no? Ayan. So, it will produce analytics actually. Most of the student fall or the answers or responses fall on the score 25 to 35 points. Wala man lang naka-perfect point. Okay? So, tingnan natin per question na kung anong atake. Sa question number 1, you can do item analysis here already on question number 1 based on the answer. 11 got correct answer, but most of them got failing answer. Konti lang ang nakasagot ng tama. Number 2, you can also assess. Item analysis also can be done through this. Item number 3, so on and so forth. Halimbawa, sir, magkakontak ako ng isang online research. Yung meron akong ginagawang study at mag-data collection na ako, that's possible also using Google Form. I'll be giving you an example of my research that I'm conducting right now. Pero isa lang yung responses niya dahil ginawa ko siyang trial na form. So meron pa ako isang email kasi na doon ko talaga, it's my personal mail. It's not being commissioned by the university. It's my personal research, self-initiated research ko siya na ginagawa. And doon ako nagko-conduct ng aking survey. So right now, I got around 700 respondents on my survey. What are the essentials of this survey? Ititingin nyo maputi, meron akong usual na parang letter of consent on the first page. So ayan, so sabi ko dyan, you can help us set foot on effective training program on online teaching and learning effectiveness. By clicking next, you agree to take part in this study. So kapag hindi sila nag-click ng next, ayaw nila magsagot ng research ng aking ano. Then there's what they call an informed consent, no? always you always put provision on the Data Privacy Act of 2012 that all of the information that you will gather from your respondents will be subjected only for research purposes. So nakalagay siya dito lahat. Yan, demographic profile. So naka-form of naka-research form siya lahat actually. Naka-online form siya kung titingnan mo mabuti. Demographics, location. Actually, it's a nationwide research kasi from ARMM to Region 13. Sex, age, educational attainment. Yan. Demographics, all demographics. Kaya yung mga nag-aaral po sa inyo ng MA at PhD, it's high time for you to conduct some of your quantitative researches in a form of online data gathering. Example of the instrument, ito na. I want to check the sense of efficacy for online teaching. Then ito yung primer or description. I always put here the disclaimer where I lifted the instrument. It is being adapted and modified by the study of Moran and Hoy. And also the link here. Also, you need to get permission or email permission or grant from the author. So dito sa case ko na ito, nag-email po ako sa author if I would be allowed to use their research instrument for my research purposes. Then ito po yung research na ito po yung instrument mismo in an online format. Then another area also, attitude towards online teaching, acknowledging also the author and getting permission from them. And the other one, all of the resources must be well cited and some directions. So, and also I have here some qualitative questions also in answering this research paper. So, these are the mechanisms that you could have right now. You just need to explore your Google Form account. Your Google Form, no? Whenever you create exam or you have your registration, for example, your survey, institutional survey, you make use of these online assessment tools or online forms available in the internet. All you need to do is to explore the possibilities of conducting those. Okay? So now let's proceed to the next part. We'll proceed now with the module development. Okay, how to create modules. Yes, we have questions po. If we could entertain questions.
Okay, so the floor is now open for questions. Baka po meron kayong gustong i-clarify dyan with our speaker. I guess Dr. Leo, very clear pa naman po siguro yung ating flow. So let's just open the Q&A after
Okay,
your discussion.
Let's continue
Yes,
with our
sir.
module development.
Thank you.
Okay, let me share to you my slide again. Let's talk about module development. And I know that this is very important because all of you will be producing modules, whether is it in a remote modality or e-learning modality. Most of the contents of this topic is being cited or recognized from the study of Huntley Moore and Panther, an introduction to module design.